No one gets put on a pedestal.
They taught me a lot of life skills that I use even to this day.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Talk Back for Teens. Today, we have a group of students with us from Teen Empowerment, and I'm your host, Olivia Harrison.
My name is Bernard Rogers.
I'm Shantara Randall, and I work at Teen Empowerment.
As Olivia said, we have a group of youth organizers from Teen Empowerment, and they will introduce themselves now.
Hi, my name is Nadeja.
I'm Des.
Antoine.
My name is Arquan.
My name is Adam.
My name is Michaela.
Tori.
Richard.
All right, so starting things off, guys, we know that you guys from Teen Empowerment, you guys are no strangers, to the Talk Back for Teens family. But can you guys, for our new viewers, can you guys give us a brief description of who you guys are?
Teen Empowerment is basically an organization that works with youth. We look at the issues and the problems that we face as teenagers in our community, in our intermediate community in the southwest area of Rochester, and we form events and things like that to work on the issues that we face as teens in our community. One of the things that we're working on this year is jobs for youth.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, since you work there, can you describe to us a little bit about what you do there and, what the whole mission statement of this place is?
So yes, like Tori said, we hire young people from the community. We get about 300 young people coming out to apply for jobs every single year. This year we only hire 10 young people. Those young people take the issues that were brainstormed throughout the Teen Empowerment hiring process, and what they do is they create events around those issues. So that could be anything from violence to teen pregnancy. One of the top things of this year was jobs, family, relationships, and just being positive. And so what we do after that is, like she said, we brainstorm those issues, we plan events based on those issues, and we try to take action steps to make those issues better.
Now we want to hear more about this initiative that you spoke to a little bit in the beginning. Tell us more about it, the Southwest Job Initiative.
As a group, we're going to try and get small business owners and big business owners into the events that we would have, just so that we can tell them what kind of jobs and things that teens are looking for and what kind of programs that teens are really looking for and that need in the community. And that's one of the biggest things we're trying to do so far.
Do you think this is a big issue within your community or nationwide? Why did you choose this topic or this issue to look at this year?
It's been a big issue, but now it's even bigger because I feel like if teens have jobs, it gives them less opportunity to be doing stuff that they don't have business doing.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to try to look inside the community and find jobs for other people, more jobs, less violence, more jobs, less people standing on the corner, more jobs, more jobs is people able to at least I wouldn't say provide for your family, but help, It's a lot of moms working day in and day out when kids could be out here help working too. So
What drew you guys to this youth empowerment, youth initiative?
Basically, we felt like we want to help the community, bring hope so everybody gets a job. We don't want nobody to be on the streets doing stuff they don't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We want to get everybody opportunity to make some of this up. And basically, they hired us to get our message out to everybody about what we do and all the problems that goes on in the community, how we can change it and how we can fix it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's so great that you guys are doing this because one of the things I've learned from, being in high school and seeing how things work in the relationships between, students and adults is that students often hear what needs, they most of the time do what needs to be done when they hear it from students like themselves, other than hearing it from adults. Mm-hmm. Is this something that you guys find is done in the same capacity through your job?
Kind of piggyback off what you were saying, it's beneficial for teens to hear it from other teens rather than having adults come in and tell us basically what they think we need to do and to put in businesses that they think are beneficial for us. And when you hire youth to ask other youth what kind of jobs are they looking for, you then create those jobs that the youth are looking for, and that way you have a teen-oriented business by the teens that the teens want to do basically, and it's not working at some job they really don't like. Basically do something they rather do for a living.
Do you guys do anything to help facilitate some of those conversations between, student and adults? trying to work together to solve some of these issues?
Like 2 hours, like during work, like we all get together and explain like what we want to do and how we're gonna like plan the event with like the group parents or the grown-ups, whoever that we're doing the event with. So.
Do you think it's hard to get adults to, listen to you because you're teens? And if so, how do you kind of combat that sometimes or, deal with issues like that? An authority kind of figure, do you think it's hard? Do they automatically write you off because of your age?
I would say yes, because to me, adults was brought up in a different time period, and they go by what they think, and they don't see our day-to-day, like our high school, what we have to deal with. So I do say yes, and they sometimes don't agree to some of our actions. So, yes.
In what ways do you kind of, try to teach them about, this is the issues that we're facing day to day? Like, you're not in our high schools, like you said, every day. So what would you do to kind of show them that these are the issues you're dealing with and this is what you want to see for your community?
One way we do that, an annual open mic, it's kind of been ran like the last couple of years, and we try to bring more teens, but this year it was kind of like we had a nice balance of youth and adults, and so we would try to lure in youth, because if you draw kids, then you're going to draw the parents. So we would have the parents come in and just listen to like the messages that we would have to, whether it be spoken word, poetry, art, or rap, or anything like that, and then they would understand that even if it's in a small scale, that they would then get the message of that teens do face different things, and that the older generation can't continuously put the blame on us and they're the ones to blame themselves. So we kind of have to take blame and ownership for it on both ends.
This sounds like a really, really great program. I'm curious to hear from each of you guys about your own personal experience in the group. What has working for teen empowerment and being able to have a voice as a teenager and use that voice to effectively affect other teenagers, what is that like for you?
For me, I think it's easier to talk to teens because I'm a teen. Teen empowerment has opened up a lot of doors for me to speak my voice, because like a lot of kids listen to rap music, and a lot of people say that rap music is one of the forms of madness that give kids their amp to do things, and so I think me creating positive music and helping talk to the kids, and I'm their age so I can relate to them. So like for teen empowerment, just like every event, I'm trying to write something, I'm trying to make something happen, that they can relate to, because I'm young and everybody listens to music. So I try to find a way to connect to them and in a positive way.
How has being a part of teen empowerment impacted you?
It impacted me because like I'm more outspoken, like I could talk to my friends and be more like, I guess, like tell them like, we should really change like our community and stuff, because before I'm like, if they don't care, I don't care either, but like working at teen empowerment, it make you like open your eyes and like see things in a different light.
Mostly it changed me because I'd be in the streets right now if it wasn't for teen empowerment. So I mostly just joined teen empowerment just to like be heard, because usually my mom don't listen to me, no one listens to me. So I joined teen empowerment just to be heard and to show what I can do.
Do you feel like being a part of teen empowerment, your voice is being heard? People are listening to you now?
Yes.
What are some of the messages that you guys, especially talking about the open mic night, what are some of the messages that you guys sent out that night in your pieces?
I did a piece called Lessons, and to me, all of us look at, I consider myself a walking testimony, but to me, teens look at their story and they think nobody else is living it, and I just wanted to touch on everybody, because it's people in this world that's going through exactly what you're going through, and sometimes you do need a hand, sometimes you do need that little that push, and so that's why I said mine was walking.
And that's great what you said, because a lot of people don't understand, especially teenagers at this stage in our lives, they don't understand that there are other people going through some of the same things that they're going through. But sometimes there's a breakdown between teenagers and they don't all want to talk to each other because of like preconceived notions. So it's good that, like I said, you guys are probably going to hear me say this throughout the whole interview, but that you guys that this program is here and you're helping these teenagers create this conversation to break down some of those walls and to, really learn at the end of the day we're all similar no matter where we come from. we heard someone say earlier that it's kind of changed their view of the world being a part of this program. What are some of the other things have seen or have come to understand as a result of being a part of Teen Empowerment?
I'm a returning YO, and so I was hired when I was 14. I was the youngest male in the group, and so like to be hired then, and then the year after that not be hired because of just not really giving it 100%, and then coming back and being rehired this year, it kind of like it focuses me a lot more on what I need to do in the future. That you kind of can't get ahead of yourself just because you did something so good last year doesn't mean it's going to be the same the next year. And it's kind of like when you work for TE, it's not about at some point it kind of gets over being about the paychecks and stuff like that, but it's kind of like the people you be able to tap into with working at TE. You get into like colleges because people on the board or important people like chiefs of police officers and stuff like that, they want to hear your message and they come out to hear your messages, and then they also give you like money for college and they get you like help you for your future. So like TE has a lot of benefits.
Do you think being a part of Teen Empowerment, you're more goal-oriented or more driven for your future? Because I heard you mentioning things about college and, getting jobs and stuff like that. Like, do you think that you guys maybe have a step ahead of other people who aren't in this program, more? Do you think being a part of this is, focusing you more on your future?
Yes, because it definitely keeps me focused. It keeps me focused on a goal. Like now, before me working at Teen Empowerment, it just was like school and home, and I did have another job prior to this, but it's not the same. It's not as interactive. So like it just focused me on like, okay, today is school, then it's work, and now I have something to look forward to. Instead of just waking up and then school or a boring job.
TE keeps you structured and it keeps you bound. Like we have a contract in order, and you can be contracted for in work and out of work in certain scenarios, and so it kind of makes you cognizant of the fact that you have to be aware of your surroundings, and that being a youth organizer and being a positive role model, you can't be a positive role model inside of TE and then negative role model on the outer side of TE. So it kind of keeps you grounded.
So what you're saying is this is kind of a lifestyle.
Pretty much.
Okay. That's great. So as a youth organizer, we will be, excited to hear, what do you guys normally do in a normal day?
Yeah.
What is your job? What do you
What's
guys
your normal
normally
day
do?
like?
First, we just start off with like a little warm-up questions about just anything that comes off the top of the head. But usually it's a message behind it. So then we just do a little interactive. The little have to be fun, but like while you're doing the little interactive, you gotta think about what the message is. Then usually we just go into planning for events and stuff like that. Then we just
So talk about like Des talked about the warm-up question and an interactive. Won't you guys give some examples of how we would use an interactive or use a warm-up question for the work that you were doing on that day?
We had an interactive called Stuck in the Mud, and basically like it was a game that it was kind of like tag, but somebody was it, and then they were going around tagging people or whatever, and then someone was coming along untagging people or whatever. And the message behind that was sometimes in our community or in our lives that we face as teens, we get stuck. And we don't know, like something gets us stuck and we need somebody to help us or something to help us. We go to look for other resources to help us get unstuck. Let me see. A couple of our warm-up questions, they kind of get deep. They ask us things like, if your life was a movie, what would it be called and why? And that kind of goes deep into our personal, how we feel about our lives and ourselves and stuff like that. And we do a lot of community work. But at the same time, we do work with our individual selves to work on like things. If we have problems in school or at home or something like that, like we talk about it and we deal with those situations personally, so that we can work on ourselves at the same time working with the community. So
that's great. I mean, just from us hearing you guys, before we started taping and even now, it seems like you guys all have great chemistry. How important do you guys feel is that chemistry to your success and communication to your success?
It has to work.
Has to work.
It has to. I mean, it's not. No one gets put on a pedestal. Like, we are all the same people. We're all teens. We all here to work, and we all here to make, a better community. So for us to be, in sync, I honestly felt like us when we first started working together, like our sync was kind of, because it's always those first time talking to people, jitters, you don't know these people. But, I think it was maybe like the first 3 days, 3 or 4 days, I think we were out canvassing, like going through the community. We went to the library, Boys and Girls Club, the clinic on Genesee, I think it was. Just out as a unit, and we barely even know each other. So I think that's what kind of helped bring us together. Like, okay, we out here, and some of us was like, okay, it's something that I have to do. But now, like any other event, like even coming here, it's just like, okay, we're here, let's make it happen.
This thing, as I think it might have been Antoine who mentioned it earlier, it's feedback, and it's something that we, or the staff at TE, thought was like a necessity. And feedback would be, they would give us 10, 15 minutes, and we would go off, and we would just come back. When we came back, we would pick individuals, basically tell them their strengths and their weaknesses, and we would do this every Monday, whether it be after an event or just the start of a week. And this is very important because you don't want to keep going on with something and there's an issue that never gets resolved. And if you let that issue continue, it kind of blows up to a bigger issue. Right. And so we deal with the issue at hand and as quick as possible so that it gets handled and we move on from there. Not something that just gets looked over easily.
That's great, guy.
Piggyback on what he said, TE doesn't make us feel like coworkers. They make us feel like family. So like it's like we're not here as, okay, I work with this person I work with or this person I work with. It's like, I'm about to be over here with my brother or my, you know what I mean? That's what it seems like. It seems as if we're family. So we do have a problem. We address them on Monday, every Monday, no matter what, and we address the problem, and if anybody had a problem about it, maybe we'd speak after work, and it never really stems to nothing too big, because just like in family, if that's your brother, it don't matter how much you hate him, it's gonna be your brother forever.
Well, how would a student be able to get involved with this if they, like they see this segment like, oh, I really want to be a part of teen empowerment too? How would they go about being involved with teen empowerment?
I guess like outreaches, I guess. Like we go out, we speak to like kids that go to our school, like our friends on a daily basis. Like we talk to them and we tell them like when the event's going on, like when they can come in and like, talk. Or, I'm just saying like, it's like mostly when events, like that's when we like go do outreaches to like the youth and like kids around the community and like, but mainly like people like we know, like our friends, but we try to get everybody. Like we make flyers and a bunch of things and just hand them out to kids and the youth and like the Southwest area, because that's what we really focus on. Like this year.
There's different methods too, like doing outreach. Like we have Facebook page. You can look us up on Facebook. We right on the corner, Arnett and Genesee Street. You can't miss us. It's a big building with pictures of young people on it. Right. So it's a lot of different ways to do outreach.
As I was doing some research, they also have a phenomenal website, guys. Go check it out, teenempowerment.org. So make sure you guys check that out. If you want to volunteer, you want to get learn more about what they do, or like I said, volunteer in any way, check them out.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today and talking with us. We really got to learn a lot more about teen empowerment, and your stories have really impacted us, and we really feel like they're going to impact other youth who see this. So, and thank you all for joining with us. Once again, this is Talk Back for Teens, Teen Forum. I'm Olivia Harrison.
I'm Bernard Rogers.
And I'm Shantara Randall.
And we'll see you again soon. Don't forget to look us up on Facebook at Talkback4Teens, the number 4. And also visit us at www.talkbackforteens.com. Thanks again. Yeah, I was like, turn up. Oh, yeah. You got it. Let's do it again.
Inside the fire and burning, a man-made matchstick starts to cry. The feeling of getting older, realizing he doesn't want to die. We are the highest buildings, watching the cars crash in the street. We are the highest buildings, we're fighting it hard. I'm in love with a science dog, spinning me out.
That was fun.
It's okay. I think we're used to doing the other one first.
Yeah, I was like,
Turn up.
Inside the fire and burning, a man made of matchsticks mends his arm, trying to find a reason for why his life burnt out so fast. We were the growing city, we were untouched by the winds and the rain. We were the growing city, I'm finding it hard. I'm in love with a science dog. You're spinning me out. I'm getting high on your science dog. You're spinning me out. And